I'm NASA astronaut Michael Barrett, and you're watching Mission X, Ask the Astronaut. And this week's topic is I Can Fly. Now, one of the most amazing things about being an astronaut is just being in weightlessness, and our friends from Italy had lots of questions on what it's like living in space where there's no gravity whatsoever. Well, it's a tremendous amount of fun. It's great to be able to fly like Superman while you're up there, but it's not as easy as people think. First of all, you have to get used to pushing off from one part of the station and landing on another one, and being very careful not to hit anything because you don't want to break anything up there. And you have to learn how to manage objects. So when I put a pen like this down, up there it's going to float away. So you have to develop a sense for where you put things, and did you stick them in a pocket, or did you put them on a piece of tape, or did you just let it float in the air and you turn around and it's gone. So that takes a lot of thinking. And the other thing is, because you're no longer walking on the ground, your sense of balance and your sense of upright totally changes. In fact, a lot of it totally goes away. You have to become a three-dimensional creature, and you have to think in 3 dimensions rather than 2, just walking on the surface. And that takes about 6 weeks when you're first flying, when you're flying for the first time, to develop that 3-dimensional awareness and the ability to fly from one module to another and turn corners and to fly and land very gently. So it's an amazing thing. It's a wonderful experience. It's not as easy as it looks, but it's something that we all do look forward to, and a lot of us can't wait to get back to. Our friend Ben from the Cougar has asked what it's like to re-enter the atmosphere. And I'll tell you that after being in space, being in weightlessness for a long period of time, the forces that you feel when you re-enter the atmosphere feel very, very strong and feel very, very strange at first. Now, a lot of that feeling depends on how long you've been in space. So my shuttle mission was about 13 days, and when we landed from there, it didn't feel so bad. Just feeling those G-forces for the first time, and they're very gentle in the shuttle. It was a very smooth transition to go from weightlessness back to 1G on the Earth, where everything weighs exactly like you are accustomed to. But after being in space for 6.5 months and landing on the Russian Soyuz, it was very, very different. First of all, you feel as you go through the atmosphere, the forces build as you're losing velocity and you're slowing down against the friction of the air. You feel up to 4 Gs coming through your chest, and quite frankly, it feels like there's a horse sitting on your chest. And once you get through that really fast velocity phase, you come down on a parachute and you hit the ground pretty hard, and then you're back in normal 1G, as we call it, normal Earth gravity, but you kind of feel like a refrigerator magnet. Everything is heavy. Even your arms feel like they're plastered to the floor or plastered to the bed that you're on. And even to lift your arm feels very, very strange. If you've exercised well, and you've really done your resistive exercise especially, you're pretty strong, but it still takes a lot of getting used to, just the fact that any part of your body has weight. Somebody handed me a water bottle when I first landed, and it felt so strange to have something in my hand that actually pushed my hand down because of the gravity pushing it down. I'll never forget that feeling. So it does take some getting used to, just like zero gravity takes getting used to when you first fly up there. Great question. Hello, I'm NASA astronaut Michael Barrett, and if you'd like to ask a question of an astronaut, go to the Mission X website and look for the Ask the Astronaut feature, and we look forward to your questions.